Hey guys, what's up? It's Sajid back again with another Lawless London video, and this week for you we've got some footage from actually up north, not from London this time, but it's pretty gnarly and I want you guys to see it. Tell me what you think and tell me what the solution to it is. Alright, so this video starts off with this kid. These guys are all teenagers, no one's above the age of 20 here, it's ridiculous. These guys have just stolen this bike, and lo and behold, I kid you not, this car is also stolen. Who would steal a baby blue Citroen C1? I don't know, some absolute chavs, no doubt. So this guy's getting the bike on the centre stand. Why? Because he's stolen this bike and he doesn't like the look of the top box on it. He thinks it looks a bit too girly. So he's going to then jump on it, doing some almost page 3 model position to try and kick the box off. And he does so and knocks the owner's contents all on the ground and leaves it there. So he then jumps on the bike after sussing out what he's done, knocks it off because he knows how to ride a bike, and bam, away he goes. So now the previous owner's possessions are stuck in the road. This car is going to follow off. He just doesn't know how to drive very well. And you're going to see this young teenage mother-to-be is going to come out, have a little butcher's. All right, love, no, there's nothing there I don't want, no, never mind. She's going to bugger off, and the kids are going to be like, well, you know what, I feel like being a little bit more antisocial. Should we just kick around the stuff and maybe go through the guy's belongings? Yeah, I think we should. Come on, lads. There's no point going to the shops and nicking stuff. Let's just have a bit of fun here. This is in the middle of the road. This cannot get any more audacious or tenacious because these kids just don't care. There's no respect in these kids. They would do this to their neighbours' stuff. They've got no remorse for this at all. So what is the solution? How do you deal with kids like this? Do we do enlisting back, like everyone that finishes school has to do 2 years mandatory service in the army? Would that put some respect and instill some authority in them? I don't know, I hope so, and a part of me wishes that would happen, because I feel like if it did, we wouldn't see continuous acts of disregard and blatant disrespect like this happening all across our country. So guys, tell me what you think. Drop a comment down below what you think the answer to kids these days is. So just an update on what you just saw. So the silver bike was found and recovered by police. The only problem is though, as you can see, there's probably a fair bit of damage done to it. The insurance company of the previous owner is going to rack up the premiums, and it's going to cost the previous owner a fair bit just to get that back on the road and insured again after its recent stolen status. So although it's good news he's got the bike back, it's just terrible that it's happened and now he has to pay for it. It's disgusting. I also fear that this bike was dumped on the side of the road, and when they say recovered, it wasn't recovered in a police chase and a kid arrested. It was more like this was ridden, ran out of petrol and left there, because, you know, if there was still petrol in it, I'm sure they would have stashed it to use in another kind of crime spree or something, whatever they do. GMP, Greater Manchester Police, also caught the getaway driver of the Citroen C1 in a Fast and Furious chase, which ended up in a cul-de-sac and the literally prepubescent teenager being arrested. There really needs to be some kind of greater repercussion for these little kids to stop getting into these kind of things. So the police in Liverpool ended up driving around in crime hotspots, looking at places where bikes were being parked and basically doing what thieves were doing themselves. They were checking the bikes out and seeing what security measures they had. So they would drive around these car parks here, they would see a bike, have a look at it, and see if there was any big locks on it, and then just go on and just see if they can find any other bikes that didn't have such security measures on it. So this sergeant's just basically talking about what they did. They set up this trap after an attempted bike theft. So these two guys come in here, both bike thieves. That white van in the top middle corner, that's a police van undercover. He's going to pull forward in a second and block that exit off and trap these guys effectively. I'm enjoying seeing this because you know what's going to happen. Anyway, these guys come around looking for motorbikes. They realise there's nothing there and their journey into this car park was wasted. This is a hotel car park, so a lot of guys going to the Isle of Man TT park up and then get their ferry over whilst leaving their bikes in the car park. So these guys have thought, all right, no bikes here, about to leave, rat roll, we're stuck in. There's a police officer in the van shouting at us, no doubt. He gets out, draws his baton, and these guys then start to absolutely brick it. Another C1 dropping in this video. What is with all the Citroens? So this guy drops his moped and does a little runner. One of the guys actually was found to have a knife on him and arrested for points and blades, and the other guys were arrested for driving a vehicle which had false plates on and was also stolen. So a good result there from the police in Liverpool. It's interesting to see what other police forces do. Compared to the Metropolitan Police, they cover the area I live in, London. So I would like to see tactics like what Liverpool police there did compared to what happens down here. Down in London, it just seems like it's very reactive to crime instead of being proactive to prevent it. I like the way, they received some intelligence about some dodgy guys going around a car park at a hotel, and they actually scoped it out. I mean, that's great. I mean, think about the resources the police in Liverpool have, okay? And then think about the Metropolitan Police that covers London. It's the biggest force in the country, the Met. Yet for some reason, we have the worst amount of bike theft and moped-related crimes there is. So perhaps this is the key, maybe more covert operations, staking out places. And if you know and you can see a bike that doesn't have great security on it, then what harm does it do just sitting out looking at it for a bit? Guys, just watch how quick this is done. And this is a bike that only has a steering lock on it. I cannot reinforce the amount of times you need to lock your bike with more than a steering lock. Disc locks, chains, covers, alarms, everything. Just put it on there. You wouldn't leave 3 or 4 grand out on the side of the road and just put a elastic band around it. So I just want to end with this clip, guys. It really annoys me to see this. I love ride outs. I'm planning on going on a few this year. But when it gets to the point where it's like this is London, guys. And there's groups of guys going on this ride out that are mounting the curb, no plates on, weaving in and out of pedestrians, almost crashing into cars, doing burnouts in the middle of the road. It's not responsible, it's not a good idea, it's just stupidity. This ambulance might be carrying someone who's in urgent need of assistance at a hospital, or might be on their way to a call where someone's been hit and is literally dying, but can't get through because of all these idiots, absolute morons, who are blocking the road. There's guys that are about to cut up this ambulance in this little gap. They're pulling in front of it, revving their engines around it. There could be an elderly person in there who's just had a heart attack, and it's been surrounded by hundreds of morons on bikes, revving the shit out of their engines. Now, I mean, guys, there is just no respect. I cannot condone any of their actions here. It's just so reckless and just pure stupidity. Guys going around there on the pavement, pedestrians having to move back out of the way. I mean, what is the solution for this? I mean, better planning for a start is definitely, whoever organised these ride-outs, you need to do it in places where the roads aren't going to be like this. You need to pre-think all of these ideas that you're coming up with, because it's just stupid. Riding down a road that's got traffic works in, there's single lane either side, and is in the middle of central London, it's just asking for trouble. So guys, if you enjoyed that video, leave a like. If you're new around here, smash that subscribe button, I really appreciate it. And if you've had any thoughts, tips or tricks on any of these videos, guys, leave me a comment. The best one gets pinned as usual. Guys, you've been awesome, I've been legit. Till next time, I'll catch you in the next one.